I'm at Disuwa Osawagie. 26th September was actually a day set aside to create awareness on the use of contraceptives. And of course, the myths, the facts about contraceptives, we're going to be talking about that today. And we're also going to look at the challenges being faced in this area. How many women actually know that they have a right over their reproductive health? How many girls can actually be assertive when it comes to their reproductive health? Why is it that up until today, some persons will not want to talk about sex with their children, would not want to discuss sex with even their partners, because they see it as a taboo subject? But whether you like it or not, it is happening. And unfortunately, you find out that girls under age are very, very active. They are very, very active. What do you do when such a time, or when you're confronted with such a situation? And the lockdown didn't help issues at all. The coronavirus lockdown, when there was lockdown almost all over the world, we experienced increase in unwanted pregnancies, increase in suicide, increase in illegal abortion, increase in forced marriages, increase in violence, gender-based violence. There was increase in rape, you name it. Yet, in all of this, people still don't want to talk about preventive measures. We know abortion is illegal in our society, and we do not preach abortion, but we also want to let you know how you can take care of yourself as a woman. So joining me to discuss this today, we're actually expecting more guests on the program, but I have with me here and now Chief Mrs. Winnie Aigboji. Yeah, Chief Mrs. Winnie Aigboji is a consultant with World Health Organization, and we're going to be talking about contraceptives today. So, all I want you to do is just to sit back, get your phones charged, so that you can ask her plenty of questions. And of course, when Mrs. Patricia Osazuwa gets here too, you'll be asking Mrs. Osazuwa a lot of questions. So we want to quickly take a very short break. And after that break, we will continue with what we have today. Stay with me. Thank you for staying with us on Healthy Living. Okay, I did introduce to you Chief Mrs. Winifred Aigboji. She's a consultant with World Health Organization, and we're also being joined today by Bright Onovukuku, is the state chairperson, Technical Working Group, Adolescents and Youth Health Development. Bright, so happy to have you join us.
Thank you very much.
All right, let me start with you now, Chief. Hope you don't mind me calling you that.
No problem.
Okay, 26th September was a day actually set aside to, create more awareness on contraceptives use and, things surrounding family planning. Can you please talk to us about the theme for this year's celebration?
First and foremost, let's know what family planning is. Yeah. Family planning, as defined by WHO World Health Organization, simply says it's an ability for individuals and couples to attribute and attain the number of children they can cater with in terms of timing and spacing.
Okay.
So, for this year's
the theme for this year's celebration.
I don't really think, I think the state person will be able to describe the theme. To describe the theme properly to the populace for them to know. So, when we say family planning, it has a lot of benefits. And, people see it as an abomination.
Is a taboo area. Nobody wants to talk about it.
Nobody wants to talk about it, and it is a thing that must reign in every home, so that we can prevent unwanted pregnancies, stop our youth from dying from abortions that is illegal. And when we say it's illegal in Nigeria, you find people doing it on day-to-day basis. And if we indulge in teaching our children what to do and where to go for advice, then it will save us a lot of good and reduce mortality among our youths. And also, it has benefits to the mother, to the children, even to the father in terms of income. So when we talk more, I will describe how we benefit from all this.
When we talk about family planning, people used to think that it's a woman thing.
Yeah.
It does not involve the man. The family planning is a woman thing, you know. It's the woman that gets pregnant. She should be the one to take care of herself. What is the involvement of men in family planning?
Beautiful.
I know Bright is here. Bright will talk about
Yes.
that. But just tell us, what is the involvement?
Family planning.
Why should men be involved in family planning?
Yes, it takes two to tango. For a woman cannot get pregnant without the help of a man. And if a man is not there to support, there's nothing that can go. Like most women, if the men are not involved, they shy away from family planning.
Yes.
Because when they come to the clinic and you educate them, you counsel them on the method, they tell you they need to go and discuss with their husband to give them a go ahead before they can take any method, and which is wise for them to discuss with their husbands. Actually, the men has the role to play because they don't know that it also goes to help them. That is why most men don't comply. Most men see it as a taboo that when any woman wants to go for family planning, that they want to be promiscuous.
Okay.
Of course, not at all. It only helps the man because once the family is planned, the man will have time, will be busy in the office, will have time. Every time when you give birth on yearly basis, you find that when the children are sick, every time you call your husband in the office, oh, Felicia is sick again, no, the man will not be stable, will not have a stable man, will not concentrate on the job, and the output is going to be affected, and money will not be on the table for the woman to enjoy. So it is good for men to buy in and advise and encourage their wives to go for family planning, plan for the number of children they can cater for, because if they don't plan for the number of children they can cater for, you find out that at the end, they will not be able to train these children. You have lunatics all over the place. Some of the children want to kill their fathers. They cannot educate them. They cannot go to proper schools like other children. And at the end of the day, it boils down to the community. Because even you, who is their neighbor that have been able to train your children,
you will not be safe.
Yes, you will now be seen as if, oh, you are the only one that can train, you are the one that has money. And that is where the problem comes from.
Okay, let me go to you now, Bright. As a man, what message do you have to pass to your brothers out there? Your brothers, your friends, your fathers, because when it comes to the issue of family planning, it is usually a woman thing, like I posed to the chief just now. Why is it difficult for men to, like, you know, embrace family planning? Some men do, but majority of men don't, particularly those in the rural areas and those who are very traditional, those who are very religious, you know, those who are very male, you know, they do not key to this family planning program.
Well, first and foremost, being a man is not just because anatomically you are a man. There are a lot of things that also come into it. The first aspect is ignorance. You know, many of these men out there, they are actually ignorant and they don't want to seek information, because if they get the right information, they will understand the benefit of family planning.
Yes.
Of course, in our society, a man is said to be responsible not because of himself, but because of his family and the things he does with his family. So those are the things that is being used to describe the man as being responsible.
Yes.
Now, she mentioned something that it takes two to tango. Now, if a man would have sex with a woman and the woman will get pregnant and is concerned about the children without being concerned about the woman, it becomes a very big challenge. So if they get the right information and understand the implication, let's say, for example, a man who is a responsible man, is married to the wife, I don't want to talk about probably number of wives or whatever, is married to the wife, you should first of all understand that the number of children they are going to have, they will be the one to take care of it.
Take care of them.
So you should be able to look at his income and the resources that is at his disposal to take care of these children. Then on the other part of spacing, the woman who is giving birth to these children need to recover and get herself back. Because even before the children came, he was interested in the woman and he got married to the woman. Now children are already coming. Should he overwork the woman because he's just interested? So in summary, I would say it is sheer ignorance on the part of those men. Okay. So it should be their responsibility to get the right information. I feel like I always say, couples should be together and check the best family planning method that will be suitable for them.
Before I let you go, Bright, I want to ask you another question. What method of family planning is suitable for a man? What method of family planning should a man use? That is, if he decides to.
Okay, you see, first, when we talk about family planning, apart from the child spacing, other factors still need to come into play.
Okay.
Yes, we have the pregnancy on one part. We also have probably sexually transmitted infection on the other part. We have some family planning methods that are barrier method that could not prevent maybe the semen from the man to get in contact with the woman. Those are like condoms. Then you now have the pills, the IUCD, and some others. Those ones.
No, talk for the man. No.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Talk for the man.
No, the man. For the man. Yeah, okay. Yes. For the man.
Maybe, because if it's coming from a man, it will be taken seriously by that group of men that belong to that school of thought that family planning is not for men. So those are the people I want you to talk to now.
Okay, yes. Why I'm trying to bring this aspect in is that if the man should encourage the wife to adopt a particular family planning method that is okay for her and for her health, of course, the sex he will be having, it would not be like a distorted one in any way, because the woman is safe. They can actually talk about the number of children that they will have and have the adequate spacing. The contraceptive available for men is the male condom. Of course, apart from preventing pregnancy, that will also prevent STI. But why I'm making emphasis is that if the man takes it as his responsibility, that the woman should adhere to the family planning method that has been prescribed for her, it will help them the more. Because if the man should come on and say, okay, probably I'm using a condom, and something happens one day, what are we going to say? But if two of them agree, come to an understanding, yes, my wife is protected, then we can go ahead.
As the state chairperson of the Technical Working Group of Adolescents and Youth Health Development, let's engage you on the use of contraceptives now by youth. How have they been faring in that area? Do you think the youth should be using contraceptives now, or is there a certain age? When exactly should they start using, and is it safe for them to use? I've asked you so many questions now.
First and foremost, it is safe for them to use.
That's for the young ones.
For the young ones.
That's 18 and above. That's what we consider as youth.
18, even before 18, because studies have shown that young persons, even before 18, are sexually active.
Exactly where I want you to go to.
They are sexually active
already.
That does not remove the fact that for adolescent youths or even adults who are not married, we talk about abstinence. Forget about the various wrong information that people post, or people who don't indulge in sex. You understand? Abstinence is what is prescribed. For the fact that we're talking about contraceptive does not mean that every young person should go and indulge in sex. However, we know that some of these young persons are already indulging in sex, and it will be a difficult thing to stop them. But we can do some things to prevent them from getting pregnant, because you indulge in sex. If you use contraceptives, you will not get pregnant. If you get pregnant and you don't want the pregnancy, what is going to happen is that you want to terminate that pregnancy, which is abortion. that has its own complications and different challenges. So for young people who have already started indulging in sex, we want to ensure that they use contraceptive and to be safe. And we also understand some challenges that they face, especially when they go to seek advice, seek information. A young boy or a young girl can come probably to a service provider and demand for some contraceptive. If after talking to that young person, he may not even indulge in that sex, but he will have the right information. But we have the attitude, which is in our society, people indulge in sex, they don't want to talk about it. So when the child comes and say, oh, what is condom? How do they use it? What is it meant for? What is oral daily pills? What is it meant for? You urge the child.
Don't talk about it.
You already urge the child not to get that information. But you are not stopping that child from indulging in that act.
Okay.
Because even married people wouldn't even want to talk about sex, let alone those who are not even legalized to do it. But we know that it is happening.
Okay.
So what can we do?
So what's the way forward now?
The way forward is this. We appeal to our young persons, if you've not started indulging in sex, stay away from it.
Total abstinence.
Total abstinence.
I support you.
Therefore, those who are already indulging in it, we want them to be safe. Because once pregnancy incoming is like a drum on the top of a mountain, until it rolls to the bottom, it would not stop. So for those already indulging in it, we want them to be safe, and not to be sorry.
Okay. All right, Bright, thank you very much for finding time to be with us. Now we're going to let you go so that we can accommodate the third focal person on reproductive health, Mrs. Patricia Osazua. She's going to be joining us soon. All right, we're going to take a very short break. When we come back, we'll do that. Happy to know that you're still with us on the program Health Living. We're being joined now by the state focal person on reproductive health, Mrs. Patricia Osazua. Happy to have you join us. I know that you're very busy, but thank you for joining us within short notice. Now, we're looking at the use of contraceptives because, 26th of September was that special day set aside to create awareness, to make sure that women are more assertive when it comes to their reproductive health, to give information, adequate information, and then to give room for women and men and young ones to choose the kind of reproductive or the kind of contraceptive that is good for them. Now, I want to ask you this question. I tried asking the representative from World Health Organization, and she said, let's save the question for you. Now, talk to us about the theme of this year's celebration.
Okay. Thank you very much, Auntie Adesua. It's nice being here. This year, World Contraceptive Day, usually celebrated 26th of September every year. We decided to do a 1 week long activity. I started yesterday with some local government. For this year's theme, it's be safe and not sorry. And it also has it that you should know your options. Options about contraceptives that is available for every person that is an adult or an adolescent who is already sexually active. So in the theme, being safe and not sorry. Literally, if you are explaining it, if an individual, a married or unmarried, sexually active young persons or adolescents, decides to know the options that are available to them, and they make a choice of that right contraceptive method, they will utilize it, faithfully, and it becomes very effective, and you find that the person is safe from not having an unintended pregnancy. And then the individual, when she wants to be pregnant, she decides when to be pregnant for those that are married. And so for those not married or even the married ones, if they get pregnant when they do not want to be pregnant, they find themselves being sorry for themselves. One, the person may not be ready to carry that pregnancy. Two, the finances may not be there to take care of that pregnancy. Three, other siblings for those that are married will suffer because the woman will now focus on that pregnancy, on the pregnancy she's carrying. And along the line, if things are not in harmony in the home, it will lead to crisis between the husband and the wife. And then you can have wife abuse, violence and all of that. So the World Health is saying that we should adopt the option available to us. We should know, and then we should utilize it so that we'll be safe and not sorry.
That's a very huge one. Be safe and not sorry. But unfortunately, we still have this group of women and group of men who would not want to toe that line. Because talking about family planning, like we said before, more so the use of contraceptives, Oyibo thing, is a huge problem for us. As educated as some persons may be, they would never want to toe that line. Okay, now let's talk to Chief Mrs. Aigboji. Now we're looking at women, because when it comes to this issue of be safe so that you'll not be sorry, women are usually the victims, particularly those who have been exposed to sex in a very violent way, maybe through rape or defilement or all of that. Such a person, how would you preach contraceptives to that person?
Beautiful. They've been traumatized.
They've been traumatized
in one way or the other. And they know what they went through in the course of the incidents. And most of them, when you preach contraceptive, they accept because they have been wounded once. Some of them even visit our family planning centers to be informed. Some of them, you understand. And some, because of the trauma, they never want to have anything to do with any man for life. Some have even learned to live without even getting married or giving birth because of the trauma they experienced. So we try to counsel them and bring them out of that trauma. Then for those who know what it takes, because when it happens, they are taken to centers for counseling. And we now bring them forward and teach them all the methods, because we have different methods, like my other colleague said just now. We have the barrier method, we have the hormonal method, we also have the natural method. And also we have the devices that need to be put in place. You understand? So they will now counsel them on different methods, and they will be examined to know what is good for them, because it's what is good for your system that they will tell. After telling you everything, you now make your informed choice. You don't force anybody to take a method. To pick a method. They make their informed choice.
After being educated on the kind of methods that are available.
Yes. They make their informed choice. And after making their informed choice, they're taking through how it functions, how the method they have chosen works. And they will tell them the side effects of such methods. And if they so wish, they make their informed choice, and it is given to them. And they are given time to come back for checkups, to know how they are feeling and how they are doing with the method. Okay,
before we start taking calls now, let me talk with the state focal person, Mrs. Patricia Osazuwa. What are the methods that are available? Can you explain these methods one after the other briefly? Because of time, we need you to cut them short.
Okay. Like others have said, we have various methods, starting from the barrier methods. We have the condoms that everyone knows about. And these condoms, we have both male and female. So whoever is utilizing them, if the person so wishes, is instructed on how to use it. Because if the condom is not well used, it will fail. And so we have the male and female condoms that can be used by both males and females. We also have the cervical caps. Those ones are not very common. We have cervical caps, it's only for the woman, and then the diaphragm for the woman. And then we have the hormonals. These hormonals, we have the oral pills, we have the injectables. In the oral pills, we have the oral contraceptives. Either they are the combined one where you have the estrogen and progesterone combined, or you have only the progesterone in it. So that's for the oral pills, and it's taken on daily basis. Then we have the injectables. The injectables, we have different types. We have the non-steroid that is taken 2 monthly. It is usually in the intramuscular, that means into the muscles. We also have the Depo-Provera. It is taken 3 monthly. And then we have Cyanapress, which is the third one. It's newer. It's newer than the first 2. And this one is taken every 14 weeks or 3 monthly. Weeks, okay. And it's a specified type of a contraceptive that is injectable. Okay. Then we have the non-plants that are also hormonals. These hormonals that are non-plants, we have basically 2 types. We have the Implano that is put under the arm of the woman, and it stays there for about 3 years.
3 years.
And then we have the Jadel. It's also there, but the difference between Jadel and Implano is that the Implano is just a single rod, while the Jadel is 2. And these 2 rods stays for about 5 years in the woman. And then we have the IUCDs, the ones they put into the uterine cavity. And then this IUCD, we have various types that are in IUCD. We also call it in the lame word the coil.
The coil.
And then that coil, we also have the one that is used just after delivery, the one we call the postpartum Iud. It's the difference between that and the coil is that it's much longer, because just after delivery, the woman's uterus is still very bulky, and so that can stay, but it requires expertise to place that one. And then we also have the natural ones that are the beads, the Seco beads. And when anybody is using that, it's formulated in a way that the beads are colored. We have the brown, the red, and the white. And so there's a particular place where the bead Seco ring is put when the woman starts menstruating. She starts rolling it around until the menses finishes. It continues on daily basis, and when it gets to the white, the woman is safe.
So which is the best method of all of these methods you've talked about? Is it a one-size-fits-all thing?
No. There is no best method. Like Mrs. Winifred has said,
is the one that
she
suits
said,
you.
Whatever suits you.
Do you run a test before
Yes. I'm coming to that.
Okay.
If you come to the family planning clinic or adolescent youth-friendly clinic, the provider will ask you for your personal details. They will examine you, and then you will before examination you are cancelled. So based on your choice, the counseling is more detailed in that area, and then you are examined to be checked to see if you are fit for that particular method. Then after you are asked to do a pregnancy test if the woman is not on her menses, so as to avoid fixing or giving you a method when the individual is already pregnant. So it all depends on the method that you are taking that also suits you. There are some women who may have some health challenges. Some methods are not very good for them, just like the hormonals for the hypertensive women.
Can a woman do more than one method at the same time?
Yes, just like if the woman has is going to have emergency an unplanned sexual intercourse, she can use the female condom. Or the man uses the female condom, and then the woman uses like barrier spermicides. We also have the ones chemicals that we call spermicides. The woman can use that too.
We'll see how we can take a few calls within the short time that we have.
Thank you.
0522900573 is the number, and when you call, please reduce the audio level on your television set so that we can hear you properly. Now, Chief Winifred, at what point does contraceptives becomes cancerous? At what point does it cause cancer for the woman?
Well, we've not known contraceptives to cause cancers for women.
But we hear all sorts of stories that if you take this one, it can cause cancer, or you can do this one. That's why I asked, at what point does it?
No, we've not seen contraceptions causing cancers. It could be coincidence. Maybe the cancer just want to grow and the woman is on a method. It's not the contraception that causes cancer. We've not known it.
Yes. The program is Healthy Living, and you are going to add to what Mrs. Chief said. Yes, Chief Agboje.
Yes, what I was going to add is that your question was, at what point will people develop cancers if they are using?
So
I just want to add that if an individual if a woman is already having pre-cancerous cells in the body,
yes,
she is not to use hormonals because they are likely to promote or increase.
But how will she know? Because
yes,
not every woman that runs that will go and run tests for cancer. Even some, when they do, they don't find something at the initial stage.
Yes, the way she will know. You know, we have very many examinations.
Okay.
So a woman will have that is going to be on pills. They will do a breast examination for her. You will do pelvic and abdominal examination. So when you find abnormal lumps, you will suspect, and then the individual can go and do.
So it's a safe process for the woman.
It
is. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Hello. Okay, we missed that call. 0522905573. The number is on your screen there. Now, I've had calls to. Hello, caller.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and ask your question, please.
Please, I've been taking this Norwegian
Okay.
the past 2 years ago.
Okay.
I was taking it. It was making me to be bleeding. So they gave me some daily pills I should be taking every day. They gave me 2 sachets. After doing that 2 sachets, the bleeding stopped. I was not having any bleeding. As soon as I stopped, after 3 days, it started again, bleeding without stopping.
Okay.
Then last year, December, they also introduced Sienna Press to me. I did the Sienna Press. As I'm taking it, I'm always bleeding. Always bleeding. They also give me that tablet to regulate. They say I have to regulate it. They also give me 2 sachets of it. I took it. When I was taking it, the bleeding stopped, really. Then after some time, it started. It will start, it will go to come, to go to come. So this year, June, I did implant. This Implano, 3 years, I did it. So when I did it, before I took it, because I was still bleeding, when I took that Sienna Press, as soon as I did that Implano, they now told me that I should take pills to release it up, bleeding before. So I now took the sachet 2 again. Then after 3 days, as I start that tablet, the bleeding stopped. I have to finish, if I should finish the whole sachet of that combination.
Yes.
I finish it. When I finish, after 5 days, the bleeding starts. Could you believe that since on the 5th of September till now, I'm still bleeding?
And you've not gone to the hospital yet?
And I went to the health center that they should remove it. I'm tired. I don't want any.
Implano.
They now they are most of. They say I should take combination 3 that is the pill. Yes. I will not take it again. I just want to be free. Now I'm still spotting. As I'm speaking now, I'm still spotting.
Yes, it's
as I just saw this program now, I'm excited. As I get to people, I'm happy. Okay, let me just try. If I'll get to people, thank God I'll be able to reach people. Please, I don't know what else to do.
Okay, you will know what to do. Just I have 2 professionals in the house who are going to be talking to you. So the scenario has been painted.
Yeah.
What do we do?
Yes, that scenario is quite common to some persons.
Well, she's still talking. She's still talking.
So what I will advise you to do, my dear sister and friend, is that you will visit the hospital like you did before, discontinue the one you are using now, give yourself some space by using condom for a period of time that you'll be safe, and go back to the facility where they will re-examine you and see if the IUCDs will be comfortable for you. I think because we don't choose for clients, because she has painted her scenario about pills and Implano now, that is both the injectables and pills that are all hormonals, then she should go for something else.
Bleeding.
Yes, it does.
Woman bleed when she's on contraceptives?
Some do. Some do.
And then she bleeds continuously.
Some do, like she just said, that she took some pills and then it was regulated. Some also add some other drugs, which I won't want to say now, so that people won't abuse it.
No, we don't talk drugs.
Yes, they use some other drugs, to regulate this bleeding, which is not very common with many people.
Okay.
Like she said, some people will take these pills to regulate this bleeding and it stops. But where it is not, you know, you are not comfortable because when you are bleeding consistently or you are draining, even when it's spotting, you are not comfortable. So the best thing, like she said, is to go back, remove it, because she cannot stay away from sex for, you know, for so long. She can use
you know, these are the kind
condom.
of stories people hear, and they say family planning is bad. They cannot take
It's not with every person.
They cannot take that one. They cannot take this one.
It's not with every person
like
at all.
I would say,
okay,
it's
go
not
ahead,
with
Chief.
everybody.
No. Okay.
You know, individual differences.
Yeah.
People have a way of reacting. Some will take this, they are hormonals, so probably it's not good for her system.
Yes.
So she needs to go back and rest for a while, like my colleague has said, then take another method. But why?
We have to
Because
examine
if
her
the
before another
purpose
method.
of taking family planning is to have regular sex with your husband as at when
you want.
needed.
Okay.
Now the bleeding will not disrupt that,
Of
and
course.
she's worried that can even raise her BP and so on. So now the method is not good. You find out that some will be on contraceptive for months, years, no period.
No.
That is the way it works. Okay, so this method actually is not good for her
Suitable
system.
for
system.
So she should just rest, stop and use condom for a while,
Okay.
and then go back.
Is it proper for one not to have a period for so long because she's on family planning? Would that not cause problem to that woman?
No, not at all. No. Because that is because
okay. Let me pause you there. Let's take this call. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Can you reduce the audio level on your television set, please? Please tell us your name first. Oga, what's your name? Hello? Can you tell us your name?
They are doing their family planning with them, that they are still complaining about bleeding most of the time. So I don't know what happened.
Okay, that's what they are trying to explain. All right.
Hello?
So, hello. We got your point. We got your point. He's concerned that even with the family planning, what's this bleeding thing?
Yeah. It is like we said, it is not with everybody. It's just like if we take a drug now and it has different reactions in us, it does not make that drug to be bad or ineffective. So, but because we have individual constitutional makeup, there could be reactions in different forms. You see here, some people will tell you, since I started taking pills or injectables, they are putting on weight.
They have been adding weight.
Yes, some add weight. And this weight is, if it is just moderate, no problem. But when it is now excessive, especially for those that may have the no plans, they go and change. So it is, like we said, there is no one size fits. Not keep trying. Not keep trying. Not keep trying.
I want to get that back.
No. You don't keep trying.
Okay.
Where an individual comes to the clinic or center, the first thing is to take history.
Okay.
So if the history portrays that this individual is going to have problems, you don't go there. There is what we call the eligibility criteria wheel that you use. As long as you are a provider, a health personnel, you use to ascertain if the person complains of any problem. But some of us, we tell the health provider that there is no problem. Are you hypertensive? You say no. Are you diabetic? No. Do you smoke? No. Do you have HIV? No. Yes. When you get the proper history
properly,
yes, you are now able to really ascertain what method will suit this individual without problems.
Now, these family planning services, are they readily available?
They are.
Where can one access these services?
We have them in government secondary hospitals, like in Central Hospital, they are there. And all the primary health facilities, centers, they are all there available. Right now, as we speak, we have one local government, at least one local government per day, doing a market, sensitization orientation for this celebration or this commemoration of a World Contraceptive Day. So where people go there and they require more than just condom for their use, they are referred to the facility that is nearest to that center for them to access.
Okay, let's pick this corner. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Please tell us your name and ask your question or make your contributions.
Okay, please. My name is Anthony. I'm calling from the.
Okay, welcome.
Please, my woman
I'm finding it so difficult to hear you. Can you speak up a bit, please? Hello? Okay, when you call, please make yourself audible enough, and if your voice is deep, find a way of helping us so that we can hear you properly. So now, you are with the World Health Organization.
The complication we're talking about now. There are some women that will come to your center, you cancel them. Like a fat somebody, you tell the person called Jadel, or this Jadel and
Implano. Okay, just hold on, please. Okay. Hello, caller. Good afternoon. Hello. Okay, we lost that call. Sorry.
Yes, and you cancel them and you
hello. Hello. Okay, I think the lines are jamming.
Yes,
so
and you cancel them. You tell them you are on the fat side. You cannot take Jadel.
Yes.
It will make you put on weight.
Okay.
They insist on having it. Such women, we advise them. You cannot take Jadel. Is supposed to be for 5 years.
Okay. Hello, caller. Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, please tell us your name and quickly make your point.
I am Antonia. I don't go to your program now. A woman who has sex with you. So I wanted to go for this.
A woman who I only got it from your name.
And my name is
Antonia. Yes. What's the question now?
I said I went for this family planning and I was doing the implant.
Okay.
So I found out that I was having to do, so I went to hospital for them to do this coil for me.
Okay.
So as I got there, the patron that went said I don't have sex.
That you don't have. The matron you met said you don't have what? Okay, you don't have cervix. Is that possible?
Service.
Yes, service. You don't have service.
Would have gone to.
Okay.
Would have gone to.
Should have gone somewhere
else.
Not to a skilled personnel.
Okay.
No skilled person will tell you don't have service at all. Most especially when you have been giving birth, you are menstruating. It's not possible.
It's not.
So would have gone to an unskilled person who cannot locate the service.
Yeah.
Okay. And you know, some will go when some cannot locate that are unskilled, they will use their knife to put a hole there. That will cause problem for that woman. And by the time she goes, she will say it's family planning. Okay. So we should learn to go to trained personnel who can actually render these services. Like I was saying just now about what Mr. Sazuwa said about women. You tell them, when they choose a method, you go through the side effects. Why they cannot have it, they insist that is the method they want. By the time they start, it's working for their friend. Beautiful. And by the time they now come back with calculation, but I told you this, saying no, say go be like that. You tell them, okay, you are on the fat side, you cannot take hormona. It will make you add more weight, and you know what weight is, you know. They will insist on taking that. And my friend has been using it, that is what I want. They will take it. By the time they start having complications, you will tell some, okay, now that you are plump, you have to take it for 3 years. Okay. You cannot carry like 5 years like other women would do, ideally. You come back after 3 years. After facing, you might not even see the son will be even 5 years, more than 5 years, and the drug has stopped working. And they will now come with pregnancy and tell you the method failed. So many things we see on feed. So that is why we need to always cancel them.
Okay, I wish we can go on and on and on, but time is really not our friend. For you women and men out there, I believe that you've been lectured on the need for you to embrace contraceptives, and for you young ones too, there is need for you to, whether parents want to talk about it or not, some of your kids are already as active. I know that we live in self-denial, but when it comes to this issue, you must plan the life of your children properly. That is why we have family planning for the married couple and life planning as the case may be for those who are not married. Embrace contraceptives, and I'm sure your life will be better. And not because your friend used a particular method, it doesn't mean that that method may work for you. But above all of this, abstinence is just the best practice. Thank you, ladies. And of course, gentlemen outside the studio for finding time to be with us on this program. We'll do this again on Thursday on radio because it's a week-long celebration. Bye-bye.
Thank you.